Then they have to play something Too Short and something E40.
They play Blow the Whistle, and what's the other one? Where he be like, bounce that ass, girl, shake them titties. They play that one all the time. Bounce that ass, girl, shake them titties. Hey, what's up? I'm Jasmine.
I'm Shani,
And we are auntie,
cousin,
sister, friends. So today we're going to talk about why we moved to California.
Why we both found ourselves in the Sunshine State. So I moved about 6 years ago. We had family here. I'm originally from Chicago. My husband's from New Orleans. Her uncle.
We all from New Orleans, baby.
And we decided to come here. I decided to have my baby to be next to family when I had my second child. And so we were just visiting at first, and then we ended up staying here
In California.
in California.
6 years later, now we're here.
Now we go.
Okay, started as vacation, now we're here.
Right?
Okay.
Yep.
Well, technically mine kind of... No.
No.
So how did I end up in California? Actually, it's your fault.
I could take partial blame to that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that I'm in California. So
I always like to talk her off the ledge.
Yes.
Into something
So
new.
initially, the thought came when I came to visit for Grandma's birthday that year. And that was the year we went to Napa. That was actually when we really became like really good friends.
Well, first though, like, you came to California on a weekend for your grandmother's birthday, which is my mother-in-law.
Yes.
And that weekend I was like, hey, Jasmine, you want to come to Napa with me and my girlfriends? It might be a little Housewives of Alamo, but it would be fun. Come on with your girl. I got you. So
I totally did not want to go. But I wanted to go because I was like, I had never been to Napa. I got to get more wine experience than Moscato. So I was like, let's just do it. Let's just
8 of us in a limo.
Turned.
You didn't expect that from some old...
At 10 in the morning.
10 in the morning, opening bottles, champagne.
I hadn't even had breakfast yet. I wasn't
that's
ready.
what you do when you go to Napa. You like drink on the way there, you drink while you're there, you drink on the way back, then you get bottles, and then you drink some more.
Whole day of drinking. And I loved it.
Yeah. And you said that you didn't realize you can get drunk off of wine like that.
I did not. I feel like by the time we got to the first vineyard, I was already drunk. So I was like, wait, there's more. And I thought once we came from the first vineyard that was it.
Yeah.
And then we got in the car and we went to another. I was like, wait a sec, my liver. I cannot.
But it was a lot of fun.
It was definitely one of the best turn-up experiences I've had. And I done had some turn-up experiences. Yeah. That was very, like...
Of course your vision gets all cloudy when you got a little...
Yeah, you're right.
But
anyway. From there, that's the moment I decided I can do this. Like, I could do this California.
And then it was like Beyonce concert that weekend.
Right.
And you went with your grandmother on a whim.
We went to the horse race and stuff I never did before. Yes. So I was like, okay, I could do California. This is going to be a whole
But mind you, you have been visiting every like Christmas, every Thanksgiving, or whatever the case may be. And she used to be sitting on the couch on her phone watching TV. I
hated California because one, it was always cold when I came here. I don't like being cold, as you know. And then we never did anything because at that point, you was getting pregnant, having babies. You couldn't really go out with me like that.
You don't really get yourself back after you have a baby. Well, I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
You don't really get yourself back after you have a baby after a couple years, after that baby's like 2 years old. And so now kind of like, I mean, you know.
So, a few months later, the opportunity came for me to move because I have recently quit my job. So, I was like, why don't I just stay?
And I was like, Yes, do it.
Right, because she was the first person I bounced it off to, and it was just like, I was just saying it to you, so you could be like, no, I don't think it's right. And she was like, go for it, you should do it. And I was like, okay, now I really got to do it, because I ain't no punk, you know.
I mean, and you're in the field of nursing, so I just felt like there might be opportunities out here.
Nursing is booming here, so I guess that's another reason why I came. So now, 8 months later, I'm still here.
I just felt like it was super spread out. I am a city girl at heart. I grew up in the city of Chicago. I mean, walking the streets, taking the train. It was like the transportation was spotty. And I didn't necessarily have, making new friends at an older age was interesting. I didn't come straight from Chicago, so I went from Chicago to Detroit to St. Louis, and then I moved.
I didn't like St. Louis either. It was too cold in St. Louis.
Is it all predicated on weather?
Yes.
Whatever. So when I moved to California, I actually thought it was like a breath of fresh air. Okay. It had a big city. Like, there was a lot to do. The weather was warm. There was Napa. So I was just like, oh, okay, I could do this. Like, this is good. And, but living in the suburbs was definitely just an adjustment. But I like the fact that I am in close proximity to the city. Like, so if big concerts come or if big things, you can go. You just got to travel a little bit. But, I like it. It is, I think, for a lot of people, like a culture shock.
Definitely a culture shock for me.
I don't understand San Francisco at all.
I don't like San Francisco.
I don't understand it. Like, I don't really understand the vibe and the pockets of neighborhoods there. But I just need somebody to show me around. Like, you know what I mean? I just haven't met anybody that, like, knows the city like that. But, I feel like we've been vibing with Oakland. Oakland's, like, up and coming.
We're ride with Oakland. Is it O-Town? Did they say O-Town? I don't know either.
Okay. We were vibing with Oakland. And, there's been more and more stuff to do there.
For me, when I moved here, it wasn't a breath of fresh air for me. It was more like I was suffocating. Because, let me explain. Because you've traveled from different places. You lived in different cities. I've only lived in New Orleans and Amo, which is a little country town outside. But anyway, so I'm used to one thing. I've grown up on one thing, and that's all I know. So when I come to California, one, it's cold. I don't like being cold. It's always cold at night. That wasn't a really big issue for me. I feel like I can adjust to the weather. My biggest thing has been like the food. I'm always hungry here. Nobody can cook.
But okay, to be clear, what do you eat?
I eat soul food. I like down home Southern food that sticks to you.
So you ate that every day?
No, I eat burgers, pizza, fries, chicken. Yeah. Out here there's Mexican, Thai, ramen. Mm-hmm. We grew up on ramen in a pack.
Yes.
She took me to some ramen place. Anyway, anyway, so the food was a big culture shock for me. The people, okay, growing up in the South, it's black or white. You might have a little tinge of other, but it's mostly black or white. When I come here, I'm like, all right, it's Oakland. And a lot of times when I was telling people I'm moving to Oakland, everybody was like, oh, be careful, because it's Oakland. Oakland is the hood, it's the ghetto. And I get here and I'm like, where? Oakland is not the same Oakland that people think it was.
I mean, there's pockets, but I feel like there's pockets everywhere.
Well, we must have never rolled through the pockets, and the pockets.
I mean, we ain't looking for the pockets.
You're right, we're not looking. But I came here and I'm like, I don't see anyone that looks like me, and it's like I don't see anyone that looks like anyone else either. It's like so many different. Like there's Afghan people. Like I started working there. Like people speak Farsi. I never heard Farsi in my life. Mm-hmm. So it was like, okay, big culture shock.
Right.
So then when we go to the clubs, I'm like, this is different.
Everybody party together.
Everybody
party together.